pictures of the ants inside my case for the episode of Simpsons. Hold on. My second time out today. Second time I went to the post office today. My mom's birthday. 4th January. Tuesday. I had a sale last night. I could have taken it, but I just told the dude I'd take it today, just in case. Yeah, I knew exactly where it was, but since he ordered it between 4:40 and 4:30 and 4:40, I just gave myself the time this morning to look for it in case I had any problems, which ended up being good because of the bottom bracket and the plastic piece was missing when I first grabbed it, so I had to go back and grab it. Didn't take much longer, but I lucked out because I put them together, they just came apart. So they were exactly where I thought they'd be, but I was just playing it safe. Hoping the chest piece is high enough or low enough. I don't know which way it needs to be. Ooh, that was a rough turn. Not sure why they waited that long to turn. Luckily the SUV was paying attention. Guess I'll have to keep tinkering. Might have to tighten up the chest mount piece. The straps might have got loose. That could be the problem. Like I said yesterday, it looked kind of funky the last videos I shot. I kind of thought I lost my GoPro for a quick second after I left the thrift store to get my mom's birthday present. After I went to the post office this morning, I just hadn't grabbed it. I had my gloves, my hat, my hoodie, my wallet, my GoPro, and my keys in my hand, both my hands, but then sat them down so I could put them in my backpack. And then in my haste, after putting my helmet and hoodie on, since I had so many more items than usual, I just left the GoPro in the case connected to the chest mount. I left that in the laundry basket I set it on, which I wasn't aware of until I went to shoot some stuff, but it's alright. I found it as soon as I got back home. Just looked in one of two places. Looked my bed wasn't there, looked in the laundry basket next, and it was right there. Luckily, it was connected to the chest mount, so I saw the straps and all that. So I knew where it was. Made it easy for when I just left. All I had to do was grab it and put it on. Hopefully it's at a more normal. I'm not sure if it's because of the chest mount straps being loose, or if it's because I'm riding slammed, or if it's a little bit of both. Could be the mixture of both. I guess I'll figure it out as the week goes by. put it up higher this time, thinking that might do it. But it could just be because I'm sitting lower than usual, that I had been in recent months. So it's not as nice. So it doesn't look as nice. I wonder if there's a decent looking Trek hybrid or mountain bike or flat bar or riser road bike. I wonder if it was abandoned or one of the homeless people just was nowhere to be seen a few feet away along the railroad tracks. Look pretty decent. I'll just leave it. There might be someone sitting there, or someone might have left it there on purpose to pick up or to give. Look nice though. I've always wanted to trek a few different treks, mountain bike, road bike, and hybrid, see which one I like better. My dad was working for them in 2012, 2013 when he was doing IT, and he was working on their point of sale, so that was cool. Oh, actually, that may have been, I take it back, that may have been when he switched from IT to quality assurance. Either way, one of the two. He was doing some of their back end stuff. Then he worked for Beta Breakers, but he said he liked working for Trek when he was working for them, doing whatever he did with their payment system or whatever it was, debugging, I think. Sounded fun when he told me. It was so long ago I forget, and didn't really go into that much detail. But he also liked working for Beta Breakers when or it could be related. May have been when he worked at Beta Breakers. Now that I think of it, maybe when he worked at Beta Breakers, and it was just a contract they had type deal to work with Trek. That would make more sense. Now that I think about it. I almost got hit earlier today or yesterday. Oh, it was today. I thought I was gonna get hit because a few blocks from here, after I left the post office, this person was driving, even though they had a red light. It seemed like they were gonna run it, but then finally they stopped, as they should have, because they were going across like this intersection, and I was going up as I am now, and our lights going across up and down was green, and then the cross street was red. So I had no excuse because it wasn't a stop sign, and I didn't run it either. I was surprised at how many people were at the thrift store when I went. It was sometime between 11:30 this morning and 12:30 this afternoon, and it was packed. Kind of odd for a random Tuesday. at that time at least. Usually it's more packed any time between after 2 p.m. to close. Usually open to 1 to 2 p.m. Most days it's not packed because most of the middle-aged and senior citizen crowd. But that's what it was, it seemed like, but out in full force. Nonetheless. Alright, I'll be back once I drop the package off. BRB. I love always having prepaid shipping labels. Makes life easier unless someone's blocking the cart or it's not out. But you don't want to have to wait in line. Just handing it over still has its good attributes, even if it's not as quick of an in and out. Had to wait a second for the one dude that was being helped because he was blocking the cart until he moved over. After a minute or two. Lately there's been a bunch of skaters up here randomly at the intersection where the stop signs are. Right here. A couple times I came up here on my bike or skateboard. Thought it was random. But there are a bunch of houses and apartments and the bus is right there, so it does make sense. Especially if they want to go to the skate park and they don't have a car, it's a lot easier just to hop on the bus, because depending on which side, if it's the clockwise, it goes right outside the skate park. If it's the same bus but the counterclockwise, coming up the back way, it's across the street from the skate park. So easy stuff either way. Especially because how big the hill is. Because it's up top, a super, if you can see the hill right there in front of me, bigger than that. And just keeps going. Very annoying. I need to hit it up on all my bikes, get used to it. I found a detour. One of the first times I rode the Diamondback, going through the regional park that's right there. I didn't know that it went up. There's a path, a walking and cycling path that goes to that hill, so it helps out, but it's still kind of long if you're walking, especially from over here. But it does cut out the excess quite a bit for the most part. Especially because it goes underneath one of the cross streets that is right before the skate park, but it also goes right to the skate park if you keep going. That was very stupid stopping in the middle of the street. Unnecessary. Could pull over anywhere else. times some drivers here act like they're in their own world, can do whatever they want to, which can be sketchy, especially if they just stop in the middle of the street to talk to someone in another car or someone that's on the sidewalk. Sometimes I want to make pals with all the cycling people of the various disciplines. I don't really care what, just to have someone in my area to ride with. But I've been riding solo for so many years now, even though it seems fun to have people to ride with, since I haven't in like 10 years or so, or 9 years. I do fine, especially if I have my GoPro. I can at least talk to myself, and it seems crazy. It is nice to have friends to ride with. I used to have tons of people, whether it was BMX, fixed gear, single speed, road bike, mountain bike, anyone. But most of them, for the most part, have moved on, except for me, and maybe a handful, because of work and life and babies, if they have babies, and wives and fiancés and girlfriends. Nothing, the only thing I have is work. That's it. But I work for myself, so no excuses. I'm liking being on the Defender again, even though the seat situation is annoying, whether it's the saddle itself or being slammed, but that's a minor inconvenience. I just have to find a good seat, a good seat post that is thick enough that it won't shimmy down, and another seat post clamp that's the same size as the one that came on the bike, because it randomly broke when I was tightening it. So that sucked. The one I'm using now, I'm pretty sure it only works, if memory serves, from before I switched to the Univega. It only works if it's slammed or a little above being slammed, because of whatever reason it'll actually stay put, otherwise it'll just wiggle all around, or wiggle down, or wiggle to a weird side while riding, instead of staying straight as it should. It wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't so uncomfortable. I can't even remember what bike it was on. The seat that came, it might actually be the seat that came with the bike. I was gonna say it wasn't that bad, but I don't know now. I had another seat, but it broke. 2 seats, but they both lost the cushion because of how many times I would flip them over, constantly flipping them over and pulling them instead of doing it the opposite way, made them rip. And that's why I was using the comfort seats, because my normal sized, more comfortable seats both went out on me. So now I need to get some more, but hopefully, I was excited about that sale. I walked into my room as I was talking to my mom, then I hear the eBay cha-ching, and the buyer purchased it and paid before I got to my phone. So that's cool. Made it easier. I had just eaten before, so I was still digesting some pizza. So I waited an hour before I left, just because I was out earlier for a bit and I got a little overheated having my helmet on, hat on, hoodie, mask and gloves while I was at the thrift store, and my socks, all the layers and all the people, and probably the heat being on, and my beard. If I would have shaved recently, probably wouldn't have been as bad. But for me, having a beard while wearing a face mask for a prolonged period with multiple layers on, not so good. So I gotta remedy that sometime this week. I usually let my beard come in for the most part, or fully during the winter, to have an extra layer, but might have to shave completely or trim it, since I have the option for both. So we'll see. What? Didn't bark at me earlier. Any other times I went by earlier, just relaxed. Maybe it was too cold. There's a big screen TV outside the dog's house, and I was gonna grab it, but I'm wondering if the person in the parked car that was idling, walking the street, if they grabbed it, or someone else. I was gonna put it in the living room. It was like a 40-inch, somewhere between 40 and 50, I believe, give or take, maybe 55, 60, I don't know. I just know it was bigger than a 32, I think. I could be wrong. Could be 32. Seemed bigger though. Alright, I'm almost home. I really need to find another seat. Hopefully that comfort seat will work. This morning the seat wasn't that bad. Yesterday and Sunday it wasn't that bad, but I don't know if it's because I rode twice and this is my second ride, but I don't know, I was hurting for whatever reason. At least I'm almost home. 2.5 blocks. So that's at least good. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hopefully I can clean my bedroom and the back room this week and get some area to work on my project bikes. Maybe have a bike build video, something like that. Or do a little tinkering. I just need space. I have everything else. I just need to clean. Just have so many things throughout the house compared to the amount of room we have. It gets kind of annoying. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and turn off right before I get off to the driveway. See you later.